The tribulations Waddah and many other capable teachers face in the present boxed-up school system is one of the many issues that the Schools.21 program will take on. But the main concept of the program is the student. The ultimate aim is to emerge a different learning environment that can be of better use for our students. Schools.21 is designed to achieve this through two principal approaches. One is enhancing the teaching and learning methods and resources, and two is involving a wider network within the community so it can support students and teachers. The program is made up of 10 work packages. These work packages exist as discrete categories only for the purpose of organization. They will always be implemented integrally in combinations of one another. Work package 1 is on curriculum development. It is the roadmap that determines the methodology, content, activities, and assessments requirement to make all the innovation and new paradigms of Schools.21 work. It's the foundation of the program. In this work package, we strongly emphasize that a healthy child development and learning experience are not limited to knowledge and classroom-based learning only. Through extracurricular activities, children's well-being is supported, physical fitness and healthy living turned into a way of life, social and environmental responsibility reinforced, career guidance experience, and many more. Work Package 3 will orient and align school leadership with School.21 paradigms and support schools leaders strategize, plan, and provide an enabling environment that would encourage the new kind of flexible and enriched learning of Schools.21. Work Package 4 empowers teachers to inspire students, encourage real-world problems and relevant issues, ask probing questions, and put knowledge into context so as to add rigor, depth, and relevance to their students' learning. This work package will intensify the roles of counselors so they can effectively and actively work with the students, teachers, parents, and other stakeholders to support the well-being of children. This work package is dedicated to build the bridge and the interface that would enable Schools.21 to tap into the enormous, unused, rich and diverse capabilities of parents in working with schools and supporting the education of their children. In this package, emphasis is placed on building the organizational structures, systems, processes, procedures that enable schools to adapt and work in the new paradigms of Schools.21. The power of technology as a tool shall be heavily deployed in every aspect of Schools.21, where this adds clear value to the learning process and to the efficiency and cost of operations. Schools.21 shall redefine the rigid box-in thinking of the box-in spaces in which traditional teaching takes place. Fixed desks, standard classrooms, uniform school architecture. Schools.21 shall break out of this box, proposing alternative usage of learning spaces within the school. Usage of space in real-world settings such as historical sites and archaeological sites, nature, industry, etc., and within shared spaces with community organizations such as clubs and others. An old African proverb states that it takes a whole village to raise a child. We recognize this wisdom, reality and truth of such a proverb. In this work package, Schools.21 shall work on breaking the barriers erected between today's schools and the rest of the community and reinforce and facilitate their collective responsibility in working together towards the healthy growth of their children. So Schools.21 sets out to create a platform for those community members to have their say as what they expect out of school education and whether those expectations are being met or not. This community platform will remain open throughout the different phases of Schools.21, leaving a space for the community to continuously monitor and strategize the elements of the collective plan. Now, peering into the future classroom of this school community, we begin to see the differences this process has made. For instance, we'll see teachers, counselors, administrators, and invited experts coming together to plan and organize a group-based student project that blends a number of subjects. We'll see a creative and collaborative process taking place among students as they select their project topic and assign roles to team members. We'll see teachers providing the students with a degree of freedom and flexibility, acting as advisors who help fine-tune the topics, ask the difficult questions, and otherwise provide the supportive and inspiration as the projects undergo implementation. We'll see teachers used by the school community as means to share information among the students and teachers and to reach out and involve parents and other relevant community members in the students' work. This would be made possible through readily available tools such as wikis and social media, accessible either by computer or mobile phones. Only a minimal infrastructural setup of internet access and text messaging system would be needed. Schools.21 has been a work in progress for close to 10 years at Birzeit University. During that time, we have been testing and assembling the different building blocks required for a comprehensive reform model in education. We ran tens of design and action-based research projects that cover the various components of what we're proposing in Schools.21. They included new learning paradigms, well-being, community engagement, institutional development, and many more. This cumulative and diverse experience covering the key building blocks of Schools.21 has placed Birzeit University in a unique position to lead such a comprehensive and multidisciplinary project. In the classical educational systems, education faculties deal with pedagogy and subject-specific training. Management consulting firms handle organizational development and strategy. IT departments work with technology, psychology with counseling, development work with community empowerment, etc. Schools.21 requires all these elements to come together and work in a highly integrated and harmonized manner. For close to 10 years, our center has been doing this. We are assembling the collective knowledge, experience, expertise, and the building blocks and have put them all together into Schools.21. Throughout our experience, we have been researching, documenting, and evaluating what we've been doing, gleaning lessons and incorporating them into our work. We have certainly established the tools and the know-how necessary for developing and implementing a program as ambitious as Schools.21. We are living in a century where things are happening fast. The ability to rapidly adapt to new challenges has become imperative. We see countries that have flipped their economies within the space of 10 or 15 years, implementing drastic development plans to sustain and augment their economic viability and competitiveness. Meanwhile, it seems that the Arab world is left behind, stagnating, and now the region has become very unstable due to this dangerous inability to adapt and move forward. Considering our high growth rates and the predominance of youth in our population, hopelessness with regard to the future is growing exponentially. As we have seen, efforts to deal with education shortcomings have been futile. It's pertinent to recall what Albert Einstein said about insanity. It's the expecting different results when all you're doing is the same thing over and over again. We at Birzeit University want to do reform differently. We believe in new models and new ideas and want to invest in them. So we are seeking partners who share our vision and are ready to work with us in turning Schools.21 into a showcase reform model for the region.